So hello and welcome everybody to the inaugural episode, I guess, of the Training Hub Fika series. Today we're going to talk about how the Training Hub can support video-based training. And so I have a little presentation for you today on sort of what we do, what we can provide support with, and hopefully give you some ideas about how you can incorporate video into your training. So, yes, how can we support video-based learning? So you might want to know why incorporate video training materials. First of all, we're all very used to text-based materials, textbooks, and different types of tutorials come to mind. But video media is becoming one of the primary ways that people are digesting information, especially from the internet. So it can be a good tool to have in your toolbox, if nothing else. And in addition to that, recorded material can often be reused. So if you deliver a lecture or a course, then you can reuse this later if you've captured it on video. It's also accessible, so videos can be shared between an unlimited number of people, sites, and units across Sweden. So since we're a nationally distributed research infrastructure, this can be extremely advantageous for us. And there's also the potential for connection. So because you have somebody who's talking to you in real time, it can be a bit more engaging and more stimulating when it comes to learning and retention than a text-based method, which is not to say that text-based methods are bad, just this can offer some different benefits. It's also really well suited for science. So things like microscopy or molecular biology or techniques that you're using in the lab, and of course, lectures that you're giving on things. These are all really well captured through video media. So it's a great medium for sharing science, and I hope I've convinced you that it's a good idea to incorporate video training materials. So there's differing degrees of difficulty when you're starting out. We're probably all familiar with a Zoom lecture, which is pretty easy to record and to deliver again at another time. On top of this, you could make a video lecture series. You can digitalize courses that you're already giving and offer them online or to a larger, more distributed audience. You can capture the entirety of a specific course on video and deliver it in this way. You can even capture a summer school and make it available nationally as well. So the goal of the Training Hub, or the purpose of the Training Hub, is to reduce the barriers that are present to creating effective training. So with all of these different things, we're able to support and sort of give you information and offer our expertise to help make it an easier process and help make things effective. So what can this look like? So this is an example that we've put together of, I guess, example course website that is a framework that we can help people produce their video training with. So we have these little websites that have things like your target audience, your learning outcomes, sort of the structure of creating a learning activity built into it. You can put syllabus and outline together, and then different modules that you can have your learners go through. So the learning objective, you can have your recorded material, associated materials, authors, acknowledgements, any sort of additional information that they might want to know. And you can sort of structure the way that you deliver your knowledge through delivery of these different modules, incorporate assignments and stuff like this to help upskill people in whatever you're an expert in, whatever your domain is. So that's just one example of how we can incorporate video media into a sort of learning experience that is accessible by many different people. Yes. So one way that we're supporting people in the production of video material is through our training production guides. So in this, we have put together sort of ground knowledge on how to put together a lecture or a course or something like this if you want to film it. And this covers everything from preparing, so how to devise your learning outcomes and how to identify your target audience, to the actual capture, so tips on what to wear, how to light yourself, other things that you can think of in terms of if you need specialized equipment or if you need a special room on premises, that this is something you should think of ahead of time and sort of how to set up with that. We also offer some support, do-it-yourself support in terms of editing and post-production, and also with delivering your video training. Like in the little website that we just saw, we can help you put it together so that there's sort of a procedural flow to the way that learners can pick up your information. So we envision that this can support a range of different opportunities at SciLifeLab. So for people who are really into DIY, who want to sort of explore this area and are into sort of communication and making their science accessible for the greater good of society, we have, of course, our guides. We will have a training portal rubric. So these are some guidelines or requirements that need to be in place on training in order for it to be housed in the training portal that we launched earlier this year. We have tutorials on how to, put together your material just to sort of start you off in a good way. We also offer consultations. We haven't released the booking page for this just yet, but you can always talk to us either by booking a consultation or by just dropping a question in the #training Slack, where all of the training officers are around and available to answer questions to the best of our abilities. And then if this is maybe more of your situation where you're not interested in learning video production on top of everything else that people in research infrastructure have to learn and be proficient in, we also offer more heavy support. So this can also be things like more in-depth consultations over time. We can help in reviewing course materials. We have experts in pedagogics and organizational learning who can help to make sure that your course materials are the best that they can be. We can also help you a bit with the technical setups and sort of understanding how to go about capturing your material, captions and translation support, and editing support as well. And for these, we would recommend applying for short-term or long-term project support. And this is also something that we will release soon on the training portal. So this is sort of an overview, brief overview on how the Training Hub is able to support different types of video training. And so with that, I think I'd like to just open it up and ask if anybody has any questions or reflections about creating video training that they would like to share.